You don't need to be somebody who understands coding, technology. Itu nggak penting lagi. Indonesia harus maju, itu yang penting. Impact matters. Money can come, business can be successful, whatever. Sometimes your business is a failure, but you made impact. The application of technology is now where the game is. Everybody is now focusing not on technology, but application and usage of technology, which means non-technical people can learn about how technology can benefit a non-technical job.
Sekolah Sukses dimulai. Gue kadang-kadang suka gregetan ya ketika ngeliat entrepreneur kita itu kalah bersaing di luar Indonesia. Dan apalagi bisnisnya udah mulai expand di luar Indonesia, tapi akhirnya gak berapa lama tutup gitu. Karena ternyata kompetisinya terlalu tinggi atau mental dari foundernya belum siap. Nah untuk itu hari ini gue mengundang mentor kita supaya dia bisa ngomongin tentang bagaimana sih mempunyai global mindset. Supaya kita bisa bersaing dengan market yang global. Dia sendiri adalah chairman dari ASEAN Economic Forum dan juga Indonesian Economic Forum. So langsung aja mentor kita hari ini, this is Sachin Gopalan. How are you, Sachin?
Thank you, Daniel. I'm very happy to be here. Terima kasih untuk undang saya di show Anda.
Thank you banget bisa nyempetin untuk datang sini. I know how busy you are, apalagi jadi untuk ASEAN Economic Forum, you're a chairman juga di situ. Jadi I think I don't know, I feel getting your time here is so valuable and gak bakal gue waste sedikit pun.
Thank you.
Jadi mungkin langsung aja kita pengen ngobrol sama Sachin. Pertama kali datang ke Indonesia itu dari mana dan kenapa Indonesia at that time?
Interesting question ya. Banyak yang nanya saya juga.
Right.
I came here in 1997.
Okay.
Pure chance, okay? I came here for a jazz festival.
Jazz festival.
And I was just watching the jazz festival. I was here for about 7 days. Habis itu saya lihat, wah ini luar biasa. You have great musicians. People are coming to Indonesia. They have not come to India. So, but they are here. So that told me something about Indonesia. And then I got a job offer. Yeah, I took it.
Okay.
And ever since then, I never left. It's been 28 years now.
Oh,
lama sekali ya.
Oh, lumayan. Berarti sebelum di Indonesia di mana lu, Sachin?
So I was in India and I was in the US. In the
Okay.
awal-awal, in my career, I was in the US building a factory. I'm an engineer.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. And as an engineer, my job was to build factories. So saya bikin satu program yang bangun pabrik di Bangalore.
Wow.
And it is my starting point. But in 3 years, I realized engineering is a tough job. And it is going to faraway places because the factories are always outside.
Yeah.
And I had always interested in marketing and branding and media, so I changed. So.
Jadi job pertama yang ditawarkan saat itu pas di Indonesia itu
itu sebetulnya consulting company.
Okay.
Namanya Castle Asia juga, terkenal itu. And
Right.
They're into market research, business consulting. Dari sana saya belajar banyak tentang Indonesia. Karena sebelum itu saya tidak tahu ya. I didn't even know where was Indonesia. My friend had to tell me that it's, come to Singapore and take another flight gitu.
Orang-orang di India mungkin gak terlalu ngeh kali ya. Ada yang namanya Indonesia saat itu.
Those days.
Okay.
Nowadays, I think everybody knows. Indonesia is famous.
Right.
And Indonesia has a place in the world. So that's a lot of effort by a lot of people, kan? But things have changed.
Ya. Sachin, sejak itu you're in the consulting, tapi abis itu it's like your life benar-benar grow banget flourish ya di Indonesia gitu kan, with ke media, bisa dapat kerjaan dari Peter Gonta juga. Dan bukan dapat kerjaan dari Peter Gonta, you bought Peter Gonta's media. Right?
We merged the companies.
You merged.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So, when I first started in consulting, waktu itu ada .com boom ya. So, 1999, 2000, baru itu ada economic financial collapse ya, di mana-mana. There was a global collapse. And you could say the economic crisis was everywhere kan.
Betul.
98, 99 gitu. So, in 2000, I got into digital media business. And then, we were running all .com portals, which is everybody was doing something in that space gitu. Then Peter Gonta was the Rupert Murdoch of Indonesia lah. He's one of my early mentors, and he had a television company, QTV, Swara Channel, etc. So when we met, we said that, hey, there seems to be something that you're doing and what we are doing is very similar. So we started working with Peter Gonta how to create business content. Itulah. Kita mulai dari situ. Sebetulnya that's a podcast juga back in the day.
Itu podcast tuh kesannya.
Ya, cuman ada di TV. Jarang ada internet channel kan. YouTube and all was not popular back then. It was just starting gitulah.
Wow.
So we started one of the earliest podcasts, which was Peter Gonta on a program called Impact. Itu interviewing presidents. We had all the presidents there in the show, and I got a lot of experience going with him to the studios, to the palace, to interviewing the top people.
Wow.
So saya belajar banyak di situ sampai di 2010 perusahaan kita dibeli oleh Lipo Group. Di sana I got my next mentor. It was James Riyadi, and James Riyadi actually taught us a lot about how media should be built as an ecosystem. Karena beliau kan waktu itu punya television, punya newspaper, majalah, online dan lain-lain.
Right.
Tapi itu semuanya running independently. So my job, because of my engineering background, was to bring it together, consolidate, and build an integrated newsroom gitu.
Right.
The first newsroom of Indonesia that's integrated for one newsroom for multiple products. Itu was the Berita Satu Media Group.
Right.
Di sana saya belajar banyak, and somewhere towards around 2015, I decided that I want to expand into education. And my next mentor came up there, which is Professor, BJ Habibie, President BJ Habibie.
Yeah.
So I had the pleasure of knowing him for many years. Karena pastilah kan always on different interviews and talk shows. Beliau katakan you should be into education. So I knew his son, Ilham Habibie, who's now my business partner.
Right.
And
Dan pernah mentor di Sekolah Sukses juga.
Betul sekali. Okay. So beliau katakan, okay, let's do something in education. And we got the blessings of Pak Habibie. And we built, technology, innovation, education, itu semuanya in that whole space lah. And we launched Orbit Future Academy, which is a skilling company. Okay. This is just before COVID. And I already had Indonesia Economic Forum, which we started in 2014. So, these two companies were working together. Amazing. One in, in the thought leadership space. Yeah. And the other one in skilling. Yeah. So all the businesses were impact business. COVID hit. Yeah. And I think we learned a lot from COVID because education and skilling became online. That was a big opportunity. We survived because of that. Conferencing also moved to online. Yeah. Tapi abis itu we then suddenly decided that we must expand our business in different direction lah. So then I started a series of other business. That's how we started ASEAN Economic Forum. Then we started Indo Fringe Festival. We started a few other things lah. So I've been lucky that I have a lot of mentors who allowed me to learn and they give me opportunity to grow. So salah satu point untuk sukses adalah harus punya mentor yang bagus. Kalau ada mentor yang bagus, mereka kasih ruang buat kita untuk growing. Gitu. Yeah. That's the most important thing. And I think, my first mentor in Indonesia itself was James Castle, who was like a very famous guy.
Consultant.
He's consultant, and he was the president and chairman of AmCham, American Chamber of Commerce. He ran his own business. And I think, this journey that you have where people allow you to work with them and grow with them, that is one of the most important opportunities for success.
Tadi ketika Sachin bilang, you need to have a good mentor atau mentor yang bagus. Your mentor itu luar biasa bagus. Bukan cuma bagus, it's luar biasa. It's extraordinary great, right? And you learn from the best of the best. Nah, gue juga pengen bisa punya Pak Peter Gonta sebagai mentor gue, James Riyadi sebagai mentor, Pak Habibie almarhum gitu sebagai mentor gitu. How can you tap in to them? Maksudnya kayak kucuk datang ke kantornya, hey, I want you to be my mentor. Belum tentu mereka juga, siapa ya lu, gue gak punya waktu buat lu, get out gitu kan. How can you get those kind of mentors?
Okay, actually the answer is common purpose. If you have common purpose, then you have common mind, and then you have discussion. Itu mulai dari situ dulu, because I meet a lot of people. They're not my mentors, kan? Yeah. I met maybe 200, 300 very famous people. Yeah. But we didn't develop into mentoring relationship because mentoring happens when you have common purpose. Misalnya, orang ini semuanya saya katakan, including ada juga Mokhtar Yadi, dia juga salah satu mentor saya
Wow.
in the early days. And I have my first boss, Koshi, he also is a mentor. Everything is about common purpose. When they are trying to do something, I'm trying to do something similar. And when we meet, we find we have common purpose. Baru itu jadi mentoring relationship. Karena mereka lihat, I can be one of the ways that they also achieve what they're looking for. And I also realize that what they're doing is something that I can do for my own purpose gitu. So common purpose is paling penting itu.
That's good.
If you don't have common purpose, you'll know them, but they won't be a mentor. Because in mentoring, it means continuous engagement kan?
Yeah.
Bukan cuma satu kali udah ketemu udah jadi mentor. That's not true.
Betul.
Mentoring is when you have interaction going on for a limited period of time or an extended period of time gitu.
Betul.
Then only you can say it is mentoring.
Okay.
Today we just go for one mentoring workshop and we say that's my mentor. Actually that's not true.
Betul.
That is just a teacher, a guru.
Betul.
Mentoring is a process gitu. So they also have to check you, they have to correct you, they have to fix something you do wrong.
Yeah.
You should be able to go and say, look, I have this problem, what can I do? Apa yang saya bisa benerin ya? Karena ini kemarin gue lagi gagal gitu. Sometimes that happens kan?
Yeah.
What do I do? Your mentor will help you. He will fix some things for you. They will see something you don't see gitulah.
That's good.
So that relationship is more important. Then only it's a real mentorship.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is just, I can just read a book.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
your mentor can be somebody who's written a book.
Yeah.
Bisa juga.
Yeah.
I have, for example, Hermawan Kartajaya. He's been a mentor to me for almost 3-4 years.
Wow.
In the early days, waktu itu kita punya satu program about marketing. Beliau jadi host untuk program di channel saya. Tapi off the channel, kita kan ngobrol banyak. Saya belajar banyak dari beliau juga. Sampai sekarang juga dia jadi salah satu mentor saya untuk marketing. Saya mengerti marketing benar-benar dari beliau gitu.
Wow.
So, I have been fortunate because I'm in media ya.
Yeah.
Misalnya if I was not in media, maybe they'll say, who are you, right?
Right.
Tapi
right.
saya ada opportunity untuk bicara sama mereka sampai dalam
Yeah.
until we understand, hey, common purpose lah. Then it develops into mentoring. So I've been very fortunate and very lucky thanks to being in media gitu.
Contoh, misalnya Pak Pinter Gonta gitu ya. Waktu mentoring itu artinya setiap minggu ketemuan, let me mentor you, atau Sachin, I want to build this business. Berarti in a way Sachin harus kerja dulu sama Peter Gonta, dan di situ you need to show your KPI, and everything. Baru akhirnya dimentorin sama dia gitu kayak.
No, I think Peter Gonta was very different. It was really on the job.
Okay.
We work together. We fix things together. He makes plans, so he wants to do. I execute, and sometimes I go to him with an idea, and beliau support untuk menjalankan sesuatu itu. It was actually on the job.
Okay.
And he is actually, a very good example of a mentor who will give you a lot of challenges. He won't make it easy for you. He'll make it challenging. At the same time, if you do something well, he recognizes you.
Oh, wow.
But it was on the job. It was. I never at that time realized he's my mentor, right? Because he's my partner.
Right.
But only a few years later, I suddenly realized he was actually mentoring me.
Right.
Karena beliau selalu give me opportunity. Nanti something is going on, he will call me and he make me part of the project. I used to always think, why he's call me every time? Go for this, go for that project.
Yang paling murah kali ya.
He would always, yeah. But I get opportunity. Maybe because I like to get things done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karena itu I get the job, not somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, kan?
Yeah.
But that is the opportunity people like him always gave me. They always gave me opportunity. And I always took it.
Okay.
I never said, oh, I'm busy, nggak bisa, atau besok. No. Even if I'm overloaded, I still take the job. That's my nature.
Right.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good because you only have so much bandwidth.
Betul.
But with Peter Gonta, he always would make sure that I got fantastic projects, amazing things to do, life-changing experience, always.
Wow.
And that's the kind of guy he is. I think he is a mentor to hundreds and thousands of people, actually. I'm only one of them, gitu.
Yang kerja sama dia juga.
Yeah.
Oke, lalu kalau misalnya, let's see James Riyadi gitu.
Yes.
How would you see him as a mentor at that time ketika lagi ngebangun Berita Satu?
Oh, first of all, I think, somebody like him who has so much of experience and knowledge and wisdom, very difficult to find in Indonesia.
Of course.
There are only a handful of people. And he has the same approach. Yeah? He will give you opportunity to solve the difficult things that are going on. Not the easy one. Easy one anyone can do. And I had this nature of always wanting to take on one challenge or the other. But you know something, he will always start with sharing the how and the why. So let's say, for example, when I started media, he gave me so much background information about how media works, how does it exist, etc., from a non-media perspective.
Amazing.
That made me understood what I need to do. And that made me understood how I need to go about something. Itu something unik banget ya.
Betul.
And I noticed that's not only for me. I'm saying, even if he's got hospitals, he's got malls.
Correct.
That's his approach. He will make sure you understand the background and the workings. Then you are empowered to do the job because you understand.
Right.
If you don't understand, then you're just doing an instruction.
Yeah.
And in doing an instruction versus understanding the role and then doing something, two different approaches. And I think Pa James is one of those such kind of people who will make sure that you understand what exactly is he trying to achieve and what is it you need to achieve. Then our job is to figure out how to go about it and make things happen.
It's amazing.
And also, he's one of those guys who gives you a lot of room for error and making mistakes and figuring out ways, so long as you fix it and find solution gitu. Which not very many people do. So I've been lucky. I've been having some great people to work with.
I think kalau misalnya nih ya, kita masih ngomongin soal mentor gitu. Kalau misalnya dari semua mentor yang hebat-hebat yang Sachin sendiri juga pernah jadi mentinya, I don't know if you can encapsulate that jadi satu value yang benar-benar bagus banget yang bisa diimpartasi ke penonton kita gitu ya. Atau ada beberapa value yang Sachin pelajarin banget dan ada satu value yang Peter Gonta ngomong gini ke gue, James Riyadi ngomong gini ke gue, Pak Habibie ngomong gini ke gue, and these principles yang gue selalu pegang sampai hari ini menciptakan gue sekarang siapa.
Absolutely, there is one thing. And now that you ask about it, they're all nation builders.
Nation builders.
They're not company builders. They're not, running my business builder. They're nation builders. Wow. Mereka punya perspektif untuk apapun dilakukan harus bagus buat negara. Wow. Harus bagus buat warga. Harus bagus buat komunitas. Harus bagus. So it's impact. And I think that is the one common thing among all these people. And I think that's my shared purpose also, right?
Yeah.
That impact matters.
Yeah.
Money can come. Business can be successful, whatever. Sometimes your business is a failure, but you made impact.
Wow.
Is that important? Actually, yes. Because it might lead to the next business. Everything is it's in like invention, kan?
Yeah.
When somebody made the light bulb, you didn't succeed in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and how many other variations. Finally, it succeeded.
Yeah.
But should you do innovation or not? You should, because if you never did that, you would never reach the final product.
Wow.
So a lot of people believe in building. Nation building means building the people, building the character. All of my mentors, I think they shared that one common quality. They want to build the nation. They care about the people, the country, the image, the perspective. You can see all of these people, they're involved in making sure Indonesia looks good.
Betul.
Indonesia harus maju. Itu yang penting.
Betul.
And I think that's some value I learned, even though I am actually from India, but I feel like I'm Indonesian. Because for me, nation is where you live, right?
Betul.
If I lived in India, then India is my nation. If I live in Indonesia, this is my nation. These are my people. Gitu.
Wow.
You don't have to always look at your passport or where you were born. It's the people that you live with and you work with and you are making an impact gitu.
Beautiful. Itu benar-benar sampai sekarang ini ya, gue selalu mikirnya kita sebagai business owner, kita mikirnya cuma stuck di bisnis kita aja. I'm a business builder, tapi nggak pernah nation builder. Dan kita kadang-kadang ngerasa kayak kegedean lah mimpinya. Gitu kan, mimpi kegedean lah, nation builder, udahlah siapa lo bukan politisi, lo bukan artis, lo bukan, udahlah bisnis kecil aja dulu, Okay. Dan akhirnya ya itu sih yang melimitasi kita gitu kan untuk menuju ke ya misalnya Indonesia Emas 2045 nanti ini gitu. But from your point of view, karena Sachin sendiri kan juga mendirikan Indonesian Economic Forum gitu. What is going on with the Indonesia's economy right now, dan khususnya buat para entrepreneur yang sekarang ini lagi nonton gitu?
I think Indonesia is the big opportunity for us in this region. Ya, kenapa? Karena itu negara keempat kalau lihat penduduk orangnya kan, fourth largest nation in the world, to almost 300 million lah, 280 million gitu.
Betul.
And it's a democracy. The only other democracies which are large is India,
India.
which is 1.5 billion people, and
Sama
US,
America. Yeah,
which
exactly.
is almost 400 million people.
Right.
So Indonesia is the number 3rd largest democracy in the world. It's a big thing, though.
Right.
And all these 3 countries share another thing which is common is diversity.
Betul.
In India, we have 38 states. People of different size, color, language, food, semuanya beda-beda.
Right.
Amerika juga begitu, karena mereka punya dari other countries lah, immigrants.
Ya, ya.
Indonesia udah punya, like India,
Dari suku-suku
diversity.
dan, ya.
Yeah. Now, if such diverse countries can be, you could say, democratic nations, it's already a good starting point. So I think the opportunity for Indonesia is still ahead of us.
Yeah.
We've already achieved a lot. And I think being the 4th largest country with an economy which is, quite significant is something. See, people don't realize Indonesia is in G20. How many countries are in G20?
20?
20. There are 160 who are not. Gitu.
Oh, yeah.
Mengerti kan? The context is you are in G20, which means you matter.
Why? Oke, pertama, why? Kenapa penting banget untuk Indonesia ada di G20 dan kenapa apa yang membuat Indonesia ada di G20?
Okay. The obvious one is size of population.
Exactly.
So because you have so many people, your numbers are there, your economy can be big, etc. That's one.
So that's why you're in G20.
So that's one of the reasons, right?
Okay.
Because the G20 is size of your economy, GDP.
Okay.
Your top 20 GDPs of the world is G20. Gitu
Right,
kan?
right.
But why is your GDP big is the question. Your GDP is big, not per capita. Per capita, then you have to divide by number of people.
Right.
Your GDP is big because you have natural resources. So Indonesia's starting point is natural resources. If you look at China, their starting point is manufacturing and industry.
Right.
If you look at USA, it's innovation and education, which has built their country to be, so large.
Right.
So every country comes at their GDP from different angles. Indonesia, it is right now from natural resources. But slowly you're looking manufacturing GDP is going up, creative economy is going up. So the growth is coming from multiple sectors, which Indonesia is still new.
Wow.
Digital sector itu salah satu kontribusi yang paling besar mungkin di 10 tahun ke depan.
Oh, wow.
So if digital economy can be harnessed, energy can be harnessed, itulah sektor-sektor yang akan membantu Indonesia jadi sekarang kan kurang lebih nomor 14. Bisa sampai nomor 6 atau nomor 7
Oh,
bisa.
wow. Maksudnya digital economy itu apa sih?
So we are at the beginning of digital economy industry, all over the world. Because you look at digital economy, you look at e-commerce.
Jadi kayak misalnya your Tokopedia,
then you look at the fintech, nanti
Right.
ada digital banking,
Right.
ada e-logistics. So this is the early stage of digital economy.
Okay.
But the real meat of the digital economy, which is yet to come, which I believe is still 80% more, is because every other industry is becoming digitalized.
Okay.
So digitalized economy, beda dengan digital economy. Tapi akhirnya jadi digital economy.
Right.
So if you look at logistics, you're looking at manufacturing, you're looking at every sector sekarang lagi transformasi ke arah digitalized
Right.
version.
Dan masih 80% lagi.
Oh, maybe even more.
Okay, wow.
Because the way the economy is and the definition of sales, revenue, income is changing, jobs are changing, everything is changing. This, I think, is something we don't understand well enough. Even if you ask somebody today, and then 10 years later you sit together, you laugh at each other, saying that, what were you guys talking 10 years ago? Itu benar. Wow. It is really uncharted. We are all trying to say we know. Actually, did you know ChatGPT a year ago?
No. Yeah, right.
Has it not changed everything?
Yeah.
So you see the rate of change. One small thing has come and just everything is different now.
Exactly.
What more to come?
Exactly.
There could be amazing things to come which we have not thought about.
Tapi yang membuat khawatir kan sebenarnya bukan, contoh ya, orang-orang pada bilang gitu kalau misalnya wah kita mendapatkan apa sih namanya benefit dari milenial kita, apa sih orang-orang yang masih muda itu 51% ke atas lah, the majority of the ini. Jadi itu bakal jadi benefitnya. Tapi kemarin itu ketika saya lagi interview untuk jadi lagi nyari PA, lagi nyari personal assistant, dan dia kebetulan di Pekanbaru di Riau, dan habis itu saya tanya, kamu seberapa savvy sama yang namanya AI gitu? Dia yang kayak, aduh kak, saya belum pernah belajar soal AI. Padahal baru lulusan kuliah juga, dia ngambil informasi teknologi juga, tapi benar-benar nggak ngerti sama sekali tentang AI. Nah, ini di Pekanbaru. I'm not talking about di Jakarta atau 5 kota besar gitu ya. Tapi orang-orang malah banyak yang khawatir kalau misalnya our bonus demografi, that's the word that I'm looking for. Bonus demografi ini justru bukan menjadi sebuah bonus tapi menjadi sebuah kutukan. Yeah, a lot of people say that. It becomes a curse because like we have this wave load of people, anak muda yang terperangkap sama judi online, yang terperangkap sama pinjaman online gitu, yang justru malah membuat bukan generasi emas tapi generasi cemas 2045. What do you say to that?
Okay, so this is interesting what you say, but I see this as problem of today. Means will it be a problem of tomorrow? Saya yakin enggak. Karena it's about access.
Okay.
Saya kasih contoh AI. Sekarang kan fokusnya lebih ke arah harus jadi coding, harus belajar coding, harus bisa bikin aplikasi. Kerja di dunia AI berarti kerja untuk perusahaan yang bisa menjalankan AI. But that's not the future of AI. Future of AI is for non-technical people.
Betul.
Ya kan? So how can, for example, I'm a receptionist or I'm in customer service. Bagaimana saya menggunakan AI bisa I can do my job better. Or maybe my job is not needed karena AI will take over. If AI take over, okay, what do I do? Pasti nggak nganggur kan? Maybe nganggur for few months. Tapi saya harus belajar sesuatu skill yang baru, nanti saya bisa carikan pekerjaan yang baru.
Betul.
And the world is preparing for new jobs, of new description.
Betul.
Begitu, it's always like that. In any industry you go, when something new comes, a lot of people lose job.
Betul.
But they all get re-employed after learning some new skill. Itulah upskilling, ya kan? Or reskilling, kadang-kadang itu namanya reskilling. Now, if you look at the problem of today, kita lihat orang yang tidak mengerti AI karena mereka belum tahu, actually they are already using AI. On their phone, they are using it. It's not about going to ChatGPT, but when you do Google itself kan udah ada AI di dalam itu.
Udah ada Gemini di atasnya gitu, langsung dikasih lihat.
You baca berita, nanti AI punya algoritma di situ untuk making sure that kalau you suka ini, nanti beritanya juga echo chamber lah.
Betul.
It's not a good thing, but AI is influencing what you're doing. So you're not participating in using AI, but you are being influenced by AI.
Wow.
So that is your beginning. Nanti once you start realizing, kadang-kadang you meet people and they tell you, you know what, my browser is showing me things that how does it read my mind? Is it listening to me gitu?
Sering banget kayak gitu.
Itu, but people are realizing itu berarti itu AI gitu kan? So now they're understanding through experience that AI can do that. Now what can I do with AI? That's just coming soon. So it's a matter of time when people get exposed to AI. Nanti mereka juga tahu nanti ngapain dengan AI. They will know what to do. Cuman masalahnya jobs are not yet catching up on that. Many of the jobs don't know what to do with AI also. We are in that transition phase, which might be another 2 years. But once it starts getting more clear and more clear, like now you're a podcaster, now you know how to use AI, right? For what you need, ya kan?
Definitely.
Beda sama setahun yang lalu kan?
No, exactly.
Beda banget kan?
Beda banget.
Same way, everybody's job will get better with the usage of AI. But they're users of AI, they are not creators of AI. But that will slowly keep changing as we go along. So I think that we should embrace it like we had tools before. Like, you remember, maybe you were probably not born, a calculator when first calculator came out. Or when scientific calculator came out and you go to high school and then you use that. Now people are saying that should I use ChatGPT in the classroom? I think you should. Why should you remember in your head? Your brain can only store so much. Store something else. Let ChatGPT do the work for you. Let it do the story. So let's say, for example, you ask me what is this data and I don't know. It's okay to not know. Because I can get it in ChatGPT. Saya nggak harus ingatin itu. Buat apa? Nanti store my energy with things, my memory with things I don't need kan? Then I start using my memory for other things more productive which cannot be done by ChatGPT. Masih banyak loh yang nggak bisa oleh ChatGPT kan?
Betul.
So I think it is clearing the garbage space in our heads because now it can go to ChatGPT and Google and other places. Nanti ini udah lebih bersih untuk lakukan sesuatu yang lebih bagus, lebih impactful. So I think human brain clutter reduces. Now humans will do amazing things because earlier they had to remember stupid and useless things. That's my belief.
No, it's my belief as well. You know what? Gue belajar soal PSBB saat itu, guys. PSBB adalah history di Indonesia sampai I found out kalau misalnya history-nya has been fabricated.
Betul sekali.
Ya kan, dulu waktu sekolah gue belajarin soal nama menteri kita setiap kabinet, dan ya ngapain gue hafalin nama menteri setiap kabinet gitu, you know. Jadi hal-hal seperti itu yang kayaknya, oh man, I wish I can use my brain untuk sesuatu yang gue lebih suka gitu, sesuatu yang gue lebih passionate gitu misalnya. Dan I think I will be, you know, a more happy child, itu a happier child. Dan yang kedua, I think gue lebih secara critical thinking dan secara problem solving skills itu bakal lebih baik gitu daripada ngapalin nama-nama menteri. Lebih berguna, exactly.
Absolutely.
Tapi kalau ngomongin soal education sedikit gitu ya, tadi kan kita udah ngomongin sekolahan sedikit. Ini bakal ngerubah banget dong, karena di sekolahan aja education kita nggak bisa catch up sama developnya AI, right? Dan gue ngerasa nih kayak, again, kalau misalnya kita disuruh nulis essay, sekarang anak-anak sekarang udah tinggal masukin prompt aja ke ChatGPT dan habis itu keluar essay buat dia gitu. It's so easy. What do you think is the most effective education right now untuk anak-anak Indonesia? Gue personally, again, ini my own conviction. Gue ngerasa education itu udah nggak efektif ketika satu guru ngajarin ke 20 orang anak atau bahkan lebih gitu, 30 orang anak. Ternyata edukasi yang paling efektif adalah one on one. Jadi itu susah dong, karena ada 30 orang anak, berarti lu perlu 30 guru. Dan 30 guru ini bakal personal banget sama setiap anak. Well, solusi yang terbaik adalah AI. Ya kan, ada satu AI yang untuk ngurusin satu anak yang benar-benar ngajarin banget sampai development dia itu. Dan ternyata ketika gue research, AI based learning itu lebih efektif dan anak-anaknya ini lebih pinter daripada anak-anak yang sekolah di sekolahan biasa gitu. Would you agree to this with education?
So I think it's a mix, yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. The problem in today's world, why there's a gap between education and technology, is because of the guru. Because the guru is sometimes not capable or not trained.
Betul.
Mereka belum belajar tentang bagaimana bisa menggunakan teknologi baru ini and how to teach it juga. They don't know sometimes.
Right.
And some teachers know. Tapi kalau kita lihat di sekolah-sekolah di daerah-daerah yang terpencil and all of that, impossible lah. It's not possible. So there's a huge gap between how a teacher is in a remote area and how is in Jakarta. So that's where AI is a leveling playing field, because you can be in remote area juga nanti gurunya AI.
Right.
So accessnya ada.
Betul.
So that is one part. Tapi AI, many of the AI things are still experimental. As long as you have good AI and you can make sure itu nggak ada yang mengajarin yang salah atau apalah, which is also possible to do. That's not the real issue. You lose that human factor. So kadang-kadang kan if you emerge as an individual purely taught by AI or software or technology, you lose the ability to have empathy with other people, to communicate with other people, to behave like society, to deal with each other. Most of today's problems in the world are because people don't get along with each other. Kuncinya di situ, not because of knowledge. You may be the most smartest people. There are some countries, the smartest people are there. But they're not able to get along with people and accept other people's differences. Habis itu perang. Ada ini, macam-macam. Perang is only war at a country-to-country level. But there are battles and smaller wars happening in small communities, in villages, towns. It's the ability for people to engage with each other. And if you look at it, it's always been a problem. Humans always have some differences.
Betul.
So I think education with the help of real people allows you to interface with other people better. Komunikasinya lebih bagus.
Social skill-nya.
Social skillnya penting sekali. Soft skillnya penting sekali. Can AI teach that? I don't think it can. So I think itu adalah division of labor lah. Nanti guru yang mengajar soft skill itu beda, harus perlu. Guru yang harus mengajar yang lain, bisalah AI yang take it. I'll tell you why, because AI will have some algorithms with some differentiation across the whole country. But social skill depend on where you live kan. Orang di Padang beda sama yang ada di Sumatera, atau yang beda sama yang ada di Kalimantan, karena mereka society-nya juga beda.
Betul.
So harus di customize sesuai dengan situasinya di daerah gitu.
Makanya perlu guru juga masih gitu. Jadi in a way
Perlu
hybrid lah gitu. Ada
Hybrid.
guru, ada AI
So the
juga
world
gitu.
is going to be hybrid. A teacher will never go away. Like the mentors I talked to you about, can they have been AI? Impossible, kan?
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Kalau misalnya sekarang ini dari murid-murid sekolah sukses lagi nonton sekarang dan abis itu dia ngerasa mampus, gue benar-benar nggak ngerti AI lagi. What should they do? Karena mereka akan ke impact juga nih as a business owner, as a someone karyawan yang lagi ter-aspire untuk menjadi seorang business owner misalnya, untuk menjadi sukses di dunia 3 atau 5 tahun ke depan di Indonesia gitu. What do you think the advice that you could give to them?
Okay. So maybe I use an example first. There is a company in the world called AWS, Amazon World Web Services.
Sure.
It's the number 1 cloud company in the world. Everybody knows. AWS lah.
Yeah.
Kan? They brought out a program 2 years ago for cloud computing. Everybody has cloud computing lah. Difference is, ini cloud computing for non-technical people.
Okay.
Berarti namanya programnya AWS Restart. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm giving you this background.
Karena ini gue juga lumayan nggak ngerti nih. Maksudnya cloud computing itu artinya kalau misalnya kita mau nge-back up our ini ke cloud gitu.
Cloud, bisa bikin aplikasi yang menggunakan cloud, bisa coding, segala macam. Biasanya kalau cloud computing, it's a technical course for somebody who's technical.
Okay.
Biasanya.
Yeah.
Then kalau orang suka teknis, baru I will go into that.
Okay.
But AWS make a program for non-technical people, which means what? Architect, accountant, agriculturist, farmer.
Right.
They can learn cloud.
Okay.
Now you may understand why they need to learn cloud. Because it's application of cloud. So when a farmer learns about cloud, he now thinks about how I can use cloud for my farming. When an architect use cloud, he will start thinking, okay, now cloud, how can I use for designing a building? Gitu.
Right.
So the application of technology is now where the game is. Everybody is now focusing not on technology, but application and usage of technology.
Right.
Which means non-technical people can learn about how technology can benefit a non-technical job.
Betul.
And the game is in that. Now, why I'm saying about this program is, though this program is a limited program, kecil, but the principles of that program is called Restart. Means you're starting from zero. But understanding technology.
Right.
I think that is the direction for anybody who is watching this podcast, that what can I do? You don't need to be somebody who understands coding, technology. Itu kan penting lagi.
Yeah.
Sekarang Anda punya pekerjaan apa saja. You may be a delivery boy. You may be a local entrepreneur yang jualan makanan, minuman. If you learn about cloud, you'll learn how I can reach more markets, how I can market myself to another city.
Wow.
Karena itu nanti giving you tools and wings for the business that you have. Tapi Anda bukan jadi coder, Anda bukan jadi technology person.
Yeah.
You just become a user of technology. And I think the learning now for young people is, they don't understand this. They think that I must learn AI and cloud computing and become a coder and programmer. No.
Betul.
You can be a designer, you can be an artist, you can be a musician, you can be whatever, but you understand technology. Nanti benefit of technology bisa dipakai untuk karir masing-masing. Gitu. So this is a game changer.
Yeah.
It is not yet socialized well enough because there is not enough resources. If 1 million people want to learn this today, there's nowhere to go. Karena masih terbatas the limited number of programs that are running, etc. So we are hoping that mungkin in 1 or 2 years, this will be access to all and available to all. Then even a singer and a musician sitting in a village will know how technology can benefit that person. Maybe he gets more gigs somewhere else. Maybe he has some digital work. Maybe he's doing, sound or audio syncing or doing some sound clips.
Yeah.
All that is possible if you understand technology. Gitu aja.
Wow.
So I think, I would say in 1 year from now, things will be dramatic. Just remember 1 year ago to today is dramatic.
Iya.
1 year ahead is going to be dramatic.
1 year ago belum ada tuh kerjaan prompt engineer, right?
Yes.
Prompt engineer.
Tidak ada.
Sekarang udah banyak banget kayaknya
Udah banyak
prompt
banget.
engineering gitu.
Betul.
Dan mereka nge-charge lumayan gede juga gitu untuk prompt engineering dan Nah,
That's the thing, right? Gig economy. I just want to say a little bit about gig economy.
Sure.
See, gig economy is giving you freedom to do what you like to do without working for a company.
What is gig economy?
So let's say you're doing a gig. Look, okay, I can work for a company and do design.
Okay.
Or I can sit at home and do design and work for 10 companies.
Right.
You see, right?
Yeah.
So everything is a gig. I'm
Yeah.
doing a gig. It's a project, short
Yeah.
project. Gitu
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah. Freelancing lah.
Freelancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sexier word is gig economy. Ya kan?
Freelance kayak gitu.
Yeah, betul. But if you look at it, that is what Gojek did, right? People who used to drive cars today can drive when I want and don't want to drive, I switch it off. So you democratize the job.
Yeah.
And that's what digital is doing now. Cloud and AI is democratizing your job. I'm not saying you harus duduk di rumah, kerja dari rumah. Bisa juga masuk ke kantor atau mungkin kantor ke workspace lah. Tapi Anda bisa kerja buat customer atau client di seluruh dunia. You know, people are sitting in Indonesia and working for other countries. It's already happening. Design and all that. If you look at the designing brochure, flyer,
Betul.
they work maybe 30% of the time, make double the money.
Ya. Karena dibayarnya pakai USD atau Euro gitu.
Itu dia.
Ya. Yeah.
So this is empowerment of people for the skills they have.
Right.
That means you don't have to go and check in at 9 o'clock and check out at 7 o'clock,
Right.
drive 3 hours back home. Gitu. Itu semuanya has disappeared.
Wow.
So, you know, a lot of job transformation is taking place now. And I think the young people should be preparing themselves for working like this. You know, companies are scared. They don't know how they're going to manage all their employees because, you know, the work requirements have changed.
Yeah.
But for companies, maybe they don't need people to come to the office. Why should they? As long as there is some work ethics, right? People are, there is some time allocation and things like that. So I think in 2 years, the future of work will also be dramatically different.
Sachin, sekarang ngomongin soal Indonesia sendiri gitu ya. Banyak, apalagi you're also in the chairman of ASEAN Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Nah, ngelihat Indonesians, you know, kemarin itu gue sempat ngobrol sama Tony Fernandez, AirAsia. He is passionate about ASEAN.
Yeah.
Oh, so passionate about ASEAN. And dia itu saking passionate-nya, banyak orang Indonesia yang di-hire sama dia, direkrut juga untuk ada di leadership team. And I was so happy listening to that gitu. Karena misalnya contoh marketing director-nya orang Indonesia saat itu. And I thought like, wah ini keren banget. Harusnya lebih banyak orang Indonesia yang ada di posisi leadership di ASEAN lah minimal. Tapi kenyataannya enggak gitu. Kenyataannya kadang-kadang tuh ketika orang Indonesia diberikan posisi leadership di Singapura atau dimanapun, di Filipina atau dimanapun, itu kadang-kadang udah jiper duluan, udah goyah duluan tuh. Is that something that you see or is this udah generasi yang lama gitu, udah beda sekarang generasinya?
I think it's a mix. Generasi yang lama merasa lebih nyaman di Indonesia because life is good here. Your lifestyle is good, work is, your people are around, your family is here. So sometimes diaspora go out of the country for different reasons. Some like it there, some come back.
Right.
I think Indonesia has the highest number of people who like to come back.
Okay. Wow.
Banyak negara yang lain kalau udah keluar udah
nggak
balik lagi.
Wow.
So this is a good thing. It's a positive thing for Indonesia. But I think that trend is changing is because maybe in Indonesia, okay, kita bicara ASEAN dulu ya. In ASEAN kita tahu penduduknya 700 juta orang. Dari itu 40% is Indonesia
yeah.
Kan 280 juta
Exactly.
gitu kan. So mayoritas of ASEAN is actually Indonesia.
Betul.
And apalagi kalau kita lihat you know the geography of Indonesia is actually a big country lah, ada 3 time zone kan.
Betul.
So now you look at GDP, okay, ASEAN is 3.8 trillion US dollars, Indonesia udah 1.4 lah, hampir 40% juga. So actually Indonesia is a big part of ASEAN.
Banget.
Big from a size and from a opportunity and everything else.
Yeah.
But sometimes Indonesia does not participate so much in the other countries. Like, do Indonesians go to Vietnam? Do they go to Thailand, Malaysia, blah, blah, blah? Maybe not, because, you know, there's enough to do here. So if you look at banks, it's a good example, yeah? Singapore banks are everywhere.
Yeah.
Malaysian banks are almost everywhere. But
Yeah.
Indonesian banks don't go to the other countries.
Paling ke Singapura ya, BCA.
Paling aja, itu
gitu.
aja. Why?
Yeah.
Because mereka merasa, oh ini udah cukup besar. Indonesia is big enough. It's multiple countries.
Tapi
gitu.
contoh juga kayak Gojek. Gojek really tried hard. You know, dia ke Vietnam, dia ke Singapura juga.
Yeah.
But it seems like susah.
Compared to, but Grab kan ada di mana-mana kan?
Exactly.
So it's a mindset thing. I feel that if Indonesia understands what it can do for ASEAN, it will participate more in ASEAN. Because in ASEAN, the competition is heavy, low. You know, if you go to Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, the competition is heavy.
Yeah.
And everybody from all over the world are also there. Ini bukan hanya kompetisi antara negara ini, tapi orang asing dari mana-mana juga ada di masing-masing negara itu. Thailand, Philippines has got Americans, has got British people, Canadians, everybody's there kan?
Yeah.
Australians, everyone. So those are real global marketplaces. In Indonesia, Jakarta is, Bali is. The rest of the cities are not.
Yeah.
Really like a global marketplace where companies are there and offices and people are there gitu kan. So it is, I think, more mindset that the opportunity of ASEAN, kalau dapat di sini, buat apa ke ASEAN?
Yeah.
So it's at that stage.
Yeah.
But lama-lama with gig economy and things like that coming up, people will realize, you know what, I can do business in Thailand, but I don't need to be there. I can do it from here. Because sometimes the choice is lifestyle choice lah. Okay lah, di Thailand, tapi I don't get sambal. I don't get noodles, Indomie. These things also matter. And then my family is not there. So I think if people realize that I can be based here, but service the other countries, which is happening now, there will be more business between Indonesia and the other ASEAN countries.
Tapi, this is I think the patriotism in me. From your point of view, mindset apa orang Indonesia itu harus rubah supaya bisa lebih berkompetisi dengan the ASEAN people?
Oh, it's very simple. Global mindset, it's easy to say global mindset lah. Tapi having the confidence to compete lah. Competition itu penting. Karena di sini competition is very strong. Antara any business you start here, the competition is very fierce. But there is space, ada ruang buat semuanya untuk exist. Karena the country is so big, the economy is broad and large.
Betul.
So even if you are not successful here, gak apa-apa deh, saya pindah ke sini, nanti saya bisa jalan
You're
sini.
right.
There is room for maneuvering.
Betul.
Di sini.
Betul.
But when you go to, let's say, Thailand or Vietnam, you may not have that because you are not only competing with the people there, but you're competing with people from the other countries.
Betul.
And then if you have one or two failures, you immediately run back home. You don't have the perseverance because you don't have the ecosystem, you don't have the support system.
Oh, that's good.
So many things are there, right? So it's a combination of many things.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah. So do we have that Indonesia must conquer those countries by going there? Probably no. You can serve those countries from here. And digital allows you to do that. So I think, sometimes you define the problem correctly, but you don't know how to address the solution. Because you think you must play the game like other people play. But I don't think we need to. I think Indonesia has its own strategy. Kita bisa do business dengan semua, the whole world actually. But I think we can do it from here. Where di sana paling 5 hari, seminggu balik lagi. Atau di sana udah punya representatif.
Betul.
Atau buka cabang di sana, orang lokal yang ada di situ. Kenapa harus orang Indonesia yang ada di situ kan? You can hire local people to run your business. Tapi itu business punya Anda di sini. Indonesian business that run by local employees.
Betul.
So like the foreign business in Indonesia hire local employees kan?
Betul.
Why we don't think like that? Kenapa kita harus kirim orang kita ke sana? Don't need to. We can hire locals.
Karena everybody's doing it. Company China ya kirim orang China ya di sini. Company Korea ada orang Korea di sini. Company Jepang juga begitu gitu. Berarti kalau misalnya company Indonesia harusnya orang Indonesia juga dikirim ke situ kan?
Yeah, but only maybe 1 or 2 leaders only. Don't have to be everyone gitu. So you must own a business outside Indonesia. Now how to own it? The formula is many different types.
Okay. Banyak entrepreneur yang mempunyai impian go international. Mereka mikir kalau misalnya mereka bisa ya minimal buka di Singapura dan Malaysia aja, itu udah go international menurut mereka gitu. Tapi kenyataannya go international tuh berat banget, malah menghilangkan fokus yang ada di Indonesia gitu. Would you agree with that?
Largely for kalau UMKM sama UKM ya.
Okay.
But the large companies, many of the companies actually have a footprint in other countries. We just don't know about it. Like ceramic companies are there everywhere.
Betul.
Indofood ada di mana-mana,
Exactly.
gitu kan.
Yeah.
So the big companies mereka udah mengerti lah. Ini globalized business means local people, local company, tapi foreign owned gitu. UMKM nggak pikir seperti itu kan. Mereka pikirnya kalau mereka go international harus mereka sendiri yang harus pergi ke sana.
Yeah.
But let's say they were doing a different model of maybe franchise. Contoh aja ya.
Ya, boleh.
If you had a franchise business and you want to be in 20 countries, you can be. Because franchise business nanti local partner di masing-masing negara orang-orang dari sana kan.
Yeah.
So that model is easier to do. But when you have to physically be there because you have to micromanage the quality, biasanya UMKM sama UKM kan they micromanage.
Betul.
So mentalitasnya udah stuck di situ. So I think it is just a growing phenomenon. I'll tell you why it's growing phenomenon. Because India juga dulu begitu. 20 years ago, we had the same problems. India broke out of the problem only recently. Now Indians have business everywhere, but they don't try to micromanage. They just expand the business and they have people in those countries. So it's just a step by step. I think Indonesia it's going in that direction already. I'm quite optimistic. I don't see, it's not a backward trend. It's a forward trend.
Yeah.
So it'll only get better.
Yeah.
And I think it's going in the right direction. So here is what you need to do, especially in your show. Maybe you success stories of people who have succeeded outside.
Yeah.
Anda bisa highlight di show Anda.
Definitely.
Itu mulai dari situ orang dapat inspirasi dan juga lihat, oh ini case study-nya udah bagus deh.
Yeah.
Saya juga bisa belajar dari situ. And I think we need to celebrate the success of Indonesians, which we probably don't do enough, Which are the global Indonesians who've done well? Actually, a lot of people.
Yeah.
But where do we find that information?
Iya.
Jarang.
Susah.
Susah.
Gue suka deh tadi Sachin tuh baru aja mention bedanya konglomerat sama UMKM. I think they have a different mindset.
They have a different mindset.
Ya kan? Apalagi sih? Karena mentor-mentornya Sachin nih konglomerat semua nih isinya nih. Gitu. Jadi apa yang Sachin lihat dari cara konglomerat ini berbisnis dengan UMKM yang sekarang ini struggling dan hustling untuk dengan bisnisnya mereka?
Oke. Konglomerat besar di Indonesia have global mindset already. Karena mereka punya banyak orang asing yang kerja di sana juga. So
hire orang asing aja itu udah resiko banget, mahal, dan habis itu harus ngurusin kitasnya mereka dan harus ngurusin tete bengeknya dan lain-lain gitu.
Yeah. Tapi mereka membawa global mindset inside their company. So misalnya walaupun ada satu perusahaan dengan 100 karyawan, ada 5 orang asing, itu juga cukup bagus untuk lihat global mindsetnya seperti apa.
Wow.
So it's a learning thing, right?
Yeah.
Every country goes through that. It's not new. And when I say global, doesn't mean they can do better than us. Actually, Indonesian can do better than many of the expatriate. Actually, yes. I've seen so many cases where the local are better than the expat. But the expat brings something new and different how to deal with that country.
Right.
Which you cannot learn from a local here.
Yeah.
Ngerti kan?
Karena kita udah stuck di bubble itu.
Stuck di bubble sini.
Yeah.
So UMKM don't have that global mindset karena mereka tidak dapat akses untuk networknya orang-orang kayak gitu. At the most paling customer lah.
Yeah.
Customer of course doesn't count because they are looking at their own interest. You are dealing with them. Nanti nggak ketemu di tengah.
Of course.
So I think in Indonesia the learning is from India, where same thing happened in India. Then many people from India go overseas. Many people come back and then they start the business in India.
Yeah.
They already know the global mindset karena mereka kerja di luar mungkin 5 tahun, 10 tahun.
Betul.
Di Indonesia makin banyak orang pulang ke Indonesia,
Diaspora.
udah mulai jalanin bisnis segala macam, that will change.
Yeah.
So this is not unexpected, yeah, it is, and I don't think it's wrong. What I mean is it's just part of the growth trajectory of entrepreneurship.
Right. Again, tadi kalau misalnya conglomerate mindset berarti harus mempunyai global thinking, you said, sorry. Global mindset ya. Apa aja sih karakter-karakter dari global mindset itu sendiri? At least 3 points lah gitu.
Okay, so I'll try to answer this ya. Karena I think the number one thing about global mindset is the globe is a market. Means the whole world is your market.
Wow.
So that's your number one thing. Misalnya saya punya produk ini bisa dijual di Afrika, bisa jual di Eropa, bisa jual di Amerika.
Wow.
That's a starting point. Karena pasti produk ini useful for somebody else.
That's so good. Jadi mungkin hal pertama yang dilakukan adalah lu lihat dulu 180 list negara, gitu kan? 180 list negara. Kira-kira produk gua bisa dijual di negara yang mana aja? Kasih ya tick 1, 2, 3, 4. You know,
Starting point.
That's a starting point.
Yeah.
I like that.
Number 2 is harga di sana sama nggak dari sini? Can I be more profitable karena saya jual di Europe? Pasti dong.
Pastinya.
Di sini produknya $10, di sana jualnya 100. Who's the benefactor? Who makes $90? Somebody else.
Ya.
Kalau saya jual langsung di sana, mungkin saya bisa jual 70.
Right.
Let somebody else make 30, nggak apa-apa, masih oke. Tapi saya nggak dapat 10, saya dapatnya 70. So value addition across countries depends on that country's economic viability gitu, or economic, could say, position.
Okay.
So US, Europe, these are good markets.
Yes.
Ya kan?
Yeah.
Now, if people here understood that is already a starting point, harus mengerti dulu.
Yeah.
Opportunity adalah produk kita bisa jual di manapun. The globe is your market, the world is your market.
Wow.
Now, if you do that, but nggak tentu you bisa.
Ya.
Karena you don't have the skills, you don't know how to export, nanti
Betul.
caranya bagaimana, delivery, logistik, semuanya jadi
Exactly.
big challenge. So that is where maybe the government or maybe some companies have to help people
Oke.
bisa go international. Biar bisa dapat dah value addition dari negara yang lain.
Oke, anggap aja government gak ngebantuin. Jadi
Yeah.
kita nggak pengen ngedepend sama
Don't
government
depend on
gitu
dia.
ya. Jadi
Yeah,
misalnya yang pertama tadi kita ngomongin kita list potential market kita itu ada di negara mana aja. Yang kedua udah di Google aja harga barang kita versus harga barangnya di negara tersebut itu kira-kira berapa duit nih gitu kan.
Betul.
Nah, abis itu yang ketiga apa kira-kira?
So last one is expertise. Misalnya you have to be able, somebody has to take you there and make the first few deals for you. Karena once you taste it, you will chase it.
So good.
You get what I mean, right?
Yes.
Like when I started as a student, ya, kan saya masih kelas 10, 11, 12.
Oke.
I experience buying something and selling something, creating something karena saya butuh pocket money.
Oke, wow.
And dari orang tua saya is a fixed pocket money lah. And saya ada kebutuhan yang lain, but I have to make money. So
Right.
saya belajar at an early age how to hustle and buy this and buy that and make money. So itu satu experience saya belajar, and it taught me that actually it's in your hands what you want to do and how you can monetize your life. Whether you become working for the government or you want to work for a salary for a company or you want to be a businessman or an entrepreneur, it's a decision you make based on what you need.
Right.
Yeah, kan? So that's a very core learning.
Yeah.
But when you apply that, let's say you're an entrepreneur and you want to apply,
Yeah.
you can also decide, do I want to just be happy because my business is stable?
Ya.
Karena kadang-kadang kalau udah stabil, udah bagus lah.
Betul.
Ya kan? And kita cepat puas.
Ya.
Or not enough, I want to go to the next one. So everything is a matter of your drive and your personal goals gitulah. So I think a lot of that, if we realize that your personal goals and your vision can drive your business, mungkin itu yang kita masukin dalam character building. Biar jangan sampai cepat puas.
Ya.
Jangan sampai ini udah cukup atau cepat kadang-kadang ya udahlah gagal nggak usah deh lagi saya cari pekerjaan. You know, this is normal in countries like India, Indonesia, where socially people look down upon you if you fail. Ya kan?
Betul.
Then those people nggak berani lagi.
Betul.
Karena duitnya habis, reputation juga gone.
Ya.
Teman-teman juga udah hilang karena whatever lah. So many
Betul.
things are there kan.
Betul.
So that culture is different in countries like US and UK where they allow you to fail so many times and blah blah blah, whatever, right?
Wow.
It's also a mindset thing.
Betul.
So I think we are at a disadvantage karena di sini kalau kita gagal itu ada social pressure-nya tinggi banget.
Saya pernah dengar juga dia bilang kenapa kita takut fail karena we associate our last failure with shame. Kalau misalnya kita nggak ada shame di failure kita sebelumnya, kita don't mind untuk nyobain sesuatu yang baru, dan kita don't mind juga kalau misalnya fail, karena nggak ada shame. Tapi kalau misalnya setiap kita ada failure dan itu ada shame di situ, wow, it paralyze banget buat kita untuk do something else. Yeah.
So these are cultural problems.
Oh,
And I don't think it will change, ya.
Yeah.
So within our own limitation, apa yang kita bisa lakukan lah. That's best what we can do.
Jadi kalau misalnya dari murid-murid Sekolah Sukses tuh dulu sebelumnya pernah merasakan shame atau dipermalukan, sebenarnya kita juga sih gimana cara kita ngerespon ketika orang ngomongin tentang kita gitu, bahwa kita gagal dan lain-lain gitu kan. Kita sendiri responnya jangan dengan waduh gue baru saja dipermalukan nih. Enggak dong. Oke, gue bakal buktiin gitu. Kalau misalnya yes, I mean everybody made a mistake. Gue gagal tapi bukan artinya gue orang gagal gitu kan. Gue mungkin pernah gagal di bisnis sebelumnya tapi gue tunjukin di bisnis gue selanjutnya gitu.
Yeah, because you know the fact is nobody remembers.
So good. Yes.
Mungkin paling 1 minggu, 1 bulan, 1 tahun lah paling. Habis itu nobody remembers.
Nobody remembers. Ini penting banget buat kita semua. Nah, last question ini selalu gue tanyain ke semua mentor kita. What is your definition of success, Sachin?
Okay. Because I'm an impact-oriented serial entrepreneur, my answer will always be, did I make the world a better place? Not the whole world lah, but in my world gitu, around me. Misalnya saya bidang bisnis ini. Did I do something biar itu the levelnya naik to the next level?
Wow.
That is, in my opinion, success, because anybody can make money. You can make money doing nothing. You can sit at home and get some Bitcoin and forget about it for 10 years and then you make money, right?
True.
So money is not success. Impact is success, in my opinion.
So good.
And I think impact means impact sometimes for the people, for your community, for your nation, even for yourself. Kadang-kadang, I feel that, if you sleep well at night and you wake up next morning, itu udah success, because you can only sleep well if you didn't right things. If you did the wrong things, you can't sleep well at night.
Yeah, betul.
So if you sleep well and you wake up and the world is a better place because of you, that's success. Because even a teacher has success story. Even a laborer who is working in a field, there's a success story.
Betul.
Success doesn't belong to people who are,
harus
educated and punya banyak duit. No, success is relative. You are successful because you did better than you did 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and you did something that benefited people around you.
So good. Sachin, thank you so much. Ini beneran daging semua isinya guys. Wow. Seperti biasa gue akan ngomong kalau misalnya kalian vegan, gue minta maaf karena ini isinya daging semua. Tapi thank you banget buat semua murid Sekolah Sukses yang udah ngikutin dari awal sampai habis, dan mudah-mudahan kalian sendiri juga tadi banyak mencatat, dan tadi kita juga ngomongin banyak banget hal-hal yang kita bisa apply ke dalam bisnis kita, ke dalam hidup kita juga, dan bagaimana kita nge-redefine sukses sebenarnya gitu di dalam kehidupan kalian, seperti apa yang Sachin bilang, yaitu creating impact for your world. Gitu. So thank you so much, dan we'll see you guys again next episode dengan mentor yang tidak kalah luar biasanya. Keep inspired. Bye bye.